Have you ever heard the saying, men reach their 60s, maintaining their form is their peak? But in reality, up to 90% of men lose that, just because they don't know about a small acupuncture point, located right under the sole of their feet.
Do you believe it?
Just one acupuncture point, as small as a bean,
Can change the whole unspiacable story.
help you regain your confidence. Be close to your beloved wife like the first day. Before continuing, please comment below. I still want to maintain my form. If you really want to improve your current situation. That's how I know you're watching, sympathizing, and you're not alone. At 60, many people have retired. Their children are grown up, their finances are stable. But it's also the time. The body no longer listens like before. No longer as passionate as in the 30s, 40s. No longer sharp reflexes.
And the saddest thing is, you can't say it. Still love your wife. Still want to touch toes on every night.
But choose to pretend to be drunk, sleep early, stay silent, because you don't want your wife to be disappointed. Are you in that situation?
Don't worry. Today's video will help you know a secret.
An acupuncture point that Eastern medicine calls the lifeblood of men. If you know how to press it properly, you will be surprised at the change in yourself. Dear friend, after the age of 55, most men still have desires, still have feelings for their wives, still want to be close, to touch that familiar skin, every night. But then one day, you realize that you no longer react like before. Want, but can't. Like, but don't have the strength. It's not because you don't love. It's not because your wife is no longer attractive.
It's not because love is gone.
But because your body is starting to show signs of betraying you. Blood flow to the genital area is no longer as strong as when you were young. The kidneys are starting to weaken. Male hormones are also decreasing every year. In addition to mental decline, insomnia, worry makes the body even more lethargic, lacking vitality. But the most heartbreaking thing is here. You start to feel inferior. You're afraid your wife will be sad, so you stay silent. You are afraid of failure, so you pretend to be drunk. You don't dare to take the initiative, because you are afraid you won't be able to do it like before. Every night, instead of talking, hugging, you turn your back, trying to sleep earlier than your wife. And so gradually, the distance between the two of you grows. You are no longer yourself. Not because of old age, but because you have stopped trying. But if today, you have come this far, let me tell you about a small point on the sole of the foot, which many people call the button to start the man's prowess. This is an acupuncture point that has been passed down in Eastern medicine for thousands of years. It can help you increase blood circulation, stimulate the kidneys to function again, restart the male endocrine axis naturally.
You don't need medicine. No need for hormone injection.
No need to go to a men's clinic. If you know how to press the right place, right at home. And now,
He will show you.
Which point?
Where is it on the foot?
And how to press it correctly, effectively, safely? Have you ever thought, a small point under the sole of the foot is the key to male prowess? Yes, that is not an exaggeration, but a truth that has been proven by both Eastern and Western medicine. The Yongquan point, located right at the hollow in the middle of the sole of the foot, is where vital energy converges, the starting point of the kidney meridian in the body. In traditional medicine, the kidney is the root of life. Strong kidney means strong physiology. Weak kidney, the body is stagnant, vitality declines, men gradually lose their prowess. And Yongquan is the start button of that system. Pressing regularly on this point is like awakening the flow of energy inside the body. Helps blood circulate strongly to the pelvic area, the place that determines the physiological function of men. A slight numbness and warmth from the soles of the feet gradually spreads to the thighs, then to the lower abdomen. That is a sign that blood is returning, vitality is being restored. Not only that, stimulating the Yongquan point also affects the pituitary gland and adrenal gland, where testosterone is produced, the hormone that determines masculinity, desire, and erectile ability. You may not believe it right away. But thousands of men from 50 to over 70 have tried it, and they all received clear results after only 2 to 3 weeks.
No need for dru.
No need to go to the clinic.
Just a small point. And perseverance. You will feel.
A lighter spirit.
The body sleeps more deeply. And every morning when you wake up, you feel fuller, more ready, like when you were young.
It is not a miracle. It is the body's natural recovery, when properly cared for. When it comes to taking care of the Yongquan acupoint, many people think it's just a few light presses on the soles of the feet. But in fact, this is a self-care ritual both simple and profound. It's a time for you to take the time to listen to your body, reconnect with the inside, where a man's vitality is nurtured. And that process starts with a basin of warm water. Start with a foot bath. In the evening, after a long day, sit down, prepare a basin of warm water. Not too hot, so as not to damage the blood vessels. Not too cold, so as not to cause the body to contract. You can add a few slices of fresh ginger, a few crushed lemongrass stalks, or a pinch of coarse salt. When added to warm water, the scent of essential oils from the herbs will rise. To soothe the nerves, relax the whole body. Place both feet in, and close your eyes. In just 2 to 3 minutes, you will feel each blood vessel warming up, each toe revived. Leave it like that for about 10 minutes. Soaking your feet is not only to warm up the body, but also to prepare the fertile ground for the Yongquan point to sprout vitality. Find the right point, touch the root point of vitality. After drying your feet, put your hand down on the sole of your foot. Gently curl your toes. You will see a natural depression appear in the middle of the sole. From the middle toe, measure back to the heel about 1/3 of the length of the foot. Right at that deep depression is the Yongquan point.
When you press lightly, you will feel a slight numbness, a slight tingling, like touching an energy wire.
It does not hurt, but it is clearly different. That is a sign that you have found the right one. Pressing, unblocking the flow of blocked life force. Place your thumb on the point. Press down gently and evenly. No need to be strong, just feel. You will start to feel the warmth spreading from the sole of the foot to the toes, and even up to the calf. That is the blood circulation returning.
Rotate your finger in a circle, 20 tourne clockwise, then change direction.
You can also move your hands in different directions. Left, right, up, down, gently but continuously. The feeling may be a bit strange at first, like being awakened. But after just 3 to 5 minutes, you will clearly feel your body warming up, relaxing, and feeling much more comfortable. Finally, massage the entire sole of the foot like a map of life force. Don't stop at the Yongquan point. Use your palm to rub all over the sole of the foot. Below the thumb, related to the pituitary gland, the organ that controls the body's endocrine system. The center of the sole corresponds to the kidneys, where male vitality is stored. The 2 edges of the sole, connected to the spine, controlling the nervous system and the ability to transmit arousal signals. Each time you rub, you are nourishing yourself, rekindling the male fire that seems to have been dormant.
The best time
is in the evening, before going to bed. When the body begins to enter a state of recovery, when the mind has let go of anxiety. Taking care of the Yongquan point at this time will help you sleep better, deeper. And the next morning, you will wake up with a fresher source of energy, more confident, more capable. You may not believe that. Just a small spot on the sole of the foot can change the whole married life. But listen to the story of Mr. James, 68 years old, living in a peaceful countryside. He is a calm man, a former literature teacher. His life is attached to his wife Emily, a good wife, who has never left his side for 40 years. Every morning, he makes tea.
She cook breakfast.
At night, they sit together watching TV, telling stories about their children's childhood. Happiness seems so simple, but one day, he began to feel different. Not in his heart, but in his body. He still loves his wife. He still wants to hold her in his arms. But every time they are close, his body does not respond. He feels helpless, feels ashamed. And then, he chooses to be silent. From a man who used to tease his wife, he became quiet and reserved. He started going to bed early, lying on his back, pretending to sleep when his wife came near. As for Mrs. Emily, she didn't ask. She just turned her face away, and sighed very softly. One day, while drinking tea with an old friend, he heard about a strange acupuncture point, called Yongquan. A small acupuncture point on the sole of the foot, that could help men restore their vitality, if they diligently cared for it every night. He laughed. At first he didn't believe it. But then that night, he sat down, poured warm water into the basin, sliced some ginger, crushed lemongrass, and he started soaking his feet. No one instructed him, just following his instincts. The second, third day, he began to feel something change. He slept better. He no longer woke up in the middle of the night. His body felt lighter. His spirit was less heavy. After 3 weeks, one evening, when Mrs. Emily had just turned off the light and was getting ready for bed, he turned back and held her hand. The dim light from the night lamp reflected on the woman's wrinkled, loving cheeks. And he whispered, his voice trembling,
Emily, do you still love me?
She did not answer. She just nodded slightly, placing her hand on his chest, where his heart was still beating as fast as the first day they held hands under the bougainvillea. That night, no more words were needed.
Just allons Hugues, a look full of forgiven, love.
And a man found his courage again, not through drugs or machines, but through love and perseverance in the smallest things. You see, James' story is no exception. Many men out there are also silently suffering, silently withdrawing, just because of an unspeakable inferiority complex. But if just because of fear, you give up the woman who has been with you all your life, is it worth it?
Some people say, when a man geol, let it go.
But I don't believe so.
When you still love, you still want to touch.
You still want to hug. It's just, your body is speaking up, asking you to take better care of it. It's asking you to be more patient, to listen to it more, like the way you cherished your wife in the beginning. If today, you feel yourself drifting away from your wife, don't wait any longer. Let's start over, from a place that seems the smallest, but reaches the deepest. The sole of the foot. There is not just one acupuncture point. It can be the path for you to return closer, more loving, and become a more complete man. And if you find this video useful, click like and subscribe so we can continue to share more healthy, easy to apply, and safe solutions specifically for gentlemen in their twilight years. And if you have a friend who is silent because of inferiority complex, send this video to them. Because who knows, you might be the one to bring them back to the happiness they thought they had lost. Thank you for taking the time to listen.
Wishing you good health, and a warm at with the one you love.
See you in the next videos.